Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live broadcast, Leverage Your Empower Direct Controlled PA800 Plus to Simplify Data Compliance. I'm Christy Jewell of LabRoots, and I'll be your moderator for today's event. Today's educational web seminar is brought to you by LabRoots and sponsored by Sciex. For more information on our sponsor, please visit sciex.com. Now, I would like to remind everyone that today's event is interactive, and we encourage you to participate by submitting as many questions as you want at any time you want during the presentation. To do so, simply type them into the Ask a Question box and click Send. We will answer as many of your questions as we have time for at the end of the presentation. Now, if you have any trouble seeing or hearing the presentation, click on the Support tab found at the top right of your presentation window, or you can use that Ask a Question box to let us know you're experiencing a problem. Today's presentation is educational and thus offers continuing education credits. Please click on the Continuing Education Credits tab located at the top right of the presentation window and follow the process to obtain your credits. I would now like to introduce today's presenter, Handy Yowanto, Senior Product Manager at Sciex. For a complete biography on our speaker, please visit the Biography tab at the top of your screen. Welcome, Handy. You may now begin your presentation.
Welcome to today's presentations on Sciex Empower Driver version 1.3 in achieving data integrity compliance in the next generation biologics analysis. I'm Handy Yowanto, a Senior Global Product Manager at the Sciex CE and Biopharma Business Unit. In today's presentation, I would like to share our latest Empowered Driver version 1.3. There are several notable advantages to the Empower 3 CDS Direct P800 Plus instrument control. It enhances and streamlines your assay development and biologic QC data workflow as well as analysis. With the version 1.3, you no longer need the 32-carat software to run the P800 Plus capillary system. A sample sets and method can be created within the Empower software CDS itself. In the previous Power Driver version 1.2.1, some users often utilize the Empower and 32-carat software hybrid configurations, where samples were created in 32-carat, while the 32-carat software performs the P800 Plus run. Data acquisitions were done using the Empower 3 CDS via LACE acquisition server. This is often time-consuming and error-prone, as samples informations will need to be duplicated in both 32-carat and the Empower software. The software interface simplified the process for data acquisitions and management, along with data processing, reporting, and distributions. The ability to perform the entire sample set to data reporting within the Empower software CDS is one key advantage to reducing the scientist's workload, as well as reducing the regulatory risk. A centralized location to manage multiple applications, electronic signature tracking, records traceability, and necessary system control is highly desirable to ensure regulatory compliance. It also reduces costs by maintaining a single software system, as it improves the efficiency in maintaining the 10 to 15 years of QC data retention. A typical P800 Plus Empower system configurations made up of the P800 Plus, connected to the LACE acquisition server via the GPIB USB connector. This GPIB USB manages the traffic between the P800 Plus and the LACE acquisition server. The LACE computer is connected to the Empower server, in which multiple Empower clients can be connected via the internet cables or through wireless connection. The Empower driver will be installed in the LACE computer, along with the Sciex USB license dongle, It allows data acquisition from the PA800 Plus. This driver can also be installed on the client computers for data analysis purposes without the need of the USB license key dongle. A newer version of National Instrument Driver version 19 will also be used as part of the system configuration to allow flexibility in using either the older GPIB USB HS and the newer version of the GPIB HS Plus. This eliminates the need for users to upgrade to the newer HS Plus version. This addressed some of the incompatibility issues associated with the previous driver version 1.2.1. 3 chemistry tested method templates will also be included in the software DVD. They are the CESTS, capillary isoelectrofocusing or CIEF, and also the glycan methods. These method templates can be used as a starting base for our users to modify and optimize based on their biologics of choice. As part of the Empower Driver 1.3 product offering, the Empower PA800 Plus operational qualification and calibration verification will also be available. This operational qualification will be conducted by a certified Sciex service technician to ensure that the instrument is performing to the claimed specifications. The driver interface connection will be verified and a comprehensive qualification report will also be provided. What's different about the Sciex Empower Driver version 1.3? Here are some of the highlights for the new features and updates on our detectors product offering. In this new driver, we have expanded the CE direct control as well as data acquisition using Empower CDS. These include all 3 detectors, the PDA, UV, and the laser-induced fluorescence. We also have expanded the PDA and leaf calibration capabilities. Along with the expanded calibrations, the D2 spectrum display now can be seen in the control panel. We also have added the ability to turn off or select either leaf channels in this latest version of the driver. In version 1.3, we have made several improvements and enhancements. In version 1.3, the instrument type have been changed to PA800 Plus. Previously, it was set to Beckman Pace MDQ. You can also select different types of detector in the instrument method editor. Here are the detector types of 3 different types. Let's select PDA. A confirmation window will pop up. You click yes. And then the various different options that you can select from, such as filter. Here you can scroll down and select the different types of filter that you are interested in. We also have various different channels. These are the filter. Let's select the UV detector. Click yes. The UV detector setting is similar to that of 1.2. There's not much changes. A significant changes, it's going to be in the leaf detector configurations. So here we have electropherogram channel 1 and 2. For version 1.3, you can select an acquisition enabled for either channel 1 and channel 2. Previously, both channels are open all the time. That increases the audit risk since secondary channel number 2, typically just collecting blank or no run information. Let's move to the time program and we'll take a look at the various different tasks. Let's select inject pressure. This is one of the example. In some of these fields, you will see a drop down such as forward and reverse for the pressure direction. You can also change the different inlet tray. Here in the voltage injection mode, or task. The normal and reverse injection is now clearly more obvious. We also have added the polarity sign. This is the plus and the minus. If there's an error, for example, if you type an A10, which is out of range, then an error message will show up. Here we're looking at the detector window, in particular PDA, where we would like to calibrate the PDA detector. Right now, the instrument is calibrating the PDA detector. The instrument is calibrating the PDA. When the PDA calibration has been completed, a message will appear in the status monitor bar. You can now apply those parameters. Also in the status bar, a message will appear as. You can also look at the message center. This is part of the traceability. Here it mentions the PDA wavelength calibration was successful. The numbers 87 denote to the list of the different types of messages that has been pre-stored within the PA800 Plus instrument. We'll now take a look at the leaf detector calibration. There are various different buttons that you can select, either to enter the calibration correction factor. Right now it is set at the manual mode for direct control over the instrument. You can change the CCF values and set, and the instrument will recognize the set value. Let's perform an automatic calibration. We'll set the RFE value to 15, capillary dimension, diameters to 50, and the total length to 30 centimeters. We'll hit start. And there's a confirmation window. Click yes. The instrument is now calibrating. There's a message. It says, please wait, instrument running calibration method. Continue on from here. The status is still in the run preparation mode. Instruments pausing. Homing syringe pump rinse pressure is going up. As the instrument is calibrating, you can also see the activities in the status bar. Here we will be performing a PDA calibrations to the PDA detector. Click calibrate. Instrument is performing calibration. When calibration is completed, the instrument will denote the PDA wavelength calibration was successful. Besides the improvement to the driver, we also have added some enhancement to the methods and data acquisitions. User can now clearly see the normal and reverse injection in the status panel. This allows users to run both the high resolution as well as the high speed CESTS applications. Method conversion tools is also available for customers who have developed numerous methods in the previous version 1.2. In the previous version 1.2, instrument type was set at Beckman Pace MDQ. Instrument type in version 1.3 is set at Sciex PA800 Plus. So there's a need for methods to be converted or transferred from the older instrument type to the newer instrument type. This method conversion tools is made available as a convenience for those customers who wish to migrate the method from the previous version of the Empower driver. Keep in mind that you will need to revalidate those methods to ensure that we have added additional fields in version 1.3. We also have added chemistry tested CE method templates, and I will be going over what are some of those method templates include. In the data processing, we have also now added custom calculations. These custom calculations enable calculations of the velocity calculated area. Currently, Empower software only offers time-corrected area. We also have custom calculations for molecular weight estimate as well as standard curve. The PI value estimate in the CIEF along with the standard curve. The instrument error messages has been expanded to be more descriptive. This allow simplifications for troubleshooting as well as error log traceability. In addition, we are offering the Sciex operational qualifications and calibration verifications as part of the Empower driver version 1.3. In this software demonstration, I'll be showing you the various different types of method templates that's currently offered, data analysis, creating a report, and calibration curve to perform molecular weight estimate. There are 3 different sets of method templates, each of these sets containing the conditioning, separation, as well as the shutdown procedure. We have a CIEF, fast glycan methods, and IgG high resolutions, as well as IgG high speed methods. Let's take a look at one of the separation method. In this case, we'll open the IgG high resolution. Within the instrument method editor, 3 tabs can be clearly observed, the general, detector, and also the time program. For this method, I will be using the PDA detector. Methods are contained within the time program. Here's the analysis of one of the sample. In this case is reduced IgG. This is an electropherogram of the completed run. We'll now perform the processing method to analyze the sample. Click process and integrate. We also would like to quantitate. This method has been pre-configured. Users can use this as a base template and also modify it according to their needs. You can also change the labels if you so desired. And save all the peak result into a report. Here's an example of the summary report. I'll take a look at the SDS molecular weight ladder here. In a minute, we'll click. In this particular sample, we're looking at the size standard. I'm going to open the processing method. Sample number 2. And the standard curve is now created or has been created. We're performing the analysis for that sample number 2 to perform the quantitations. Now the standard cut has been created. Molecular weight estimate can also be generated. In summary, the software interface improved data integrity compliance. A single system CDS reduces regulatory risk and maximizes method transfer. This driver is available or is also compatible with both the PA800 Plus and the CASI 8000 Plus in standalone mode when it is not connected to the mass spec. The driver have enhanced features as well as expanded capabilities over previous version. It is now available as the P800 Plus Empower system. This is a complete system where we bundled the CE instrument along with the necessary components for users to connect to the Empower CDS. And for those customers who already have the P800 Plus 32 karat in-house and would like to convert that into the Empower P800 Plus, we do offer driver upgrade kit as well. So with that, I conclude today's presentations.
Thank you, Handy, for that informative presentation. We will now start our live Q&A portion of the webinar. Now to our audience, if you have a question you'd like to ask, please do so now. Just click on that Ask a Question box located on the far left of your screen, and we will answer as many of your questions as we have time for. Okay, let's get started. We've already got some great questions coming in. Handy, let's start with this one. When creating instrument method with UV wavelengths, it is only possible when connected to CE instrument. Is this still the case with version 1.3?
Yeah, that's a good question. In version 1.3, the CE instrument does not need to be connected for you to create instrument method with the UV wavelength.
Thank you. Our next question. I am using version 1.2. Do I need hardware upgrades when migrating to version 1.3?
If you are using the current Empower driver version 1.2, in most cases, you do not need to upgrade your hardware. In some cases, when you are using the older Windows XP 32 karat, you might need to upgrade the firmware. But other than that, you do not need to make any changes to the hardware.
Handy, how many PA800s can you connect to LACE?
Right now, the instrument is configured. You can connect up to 2 P800 Pluses into a single LACE, but we highly recommend to connect only 1 P800 Plus to a single LACE. There's quite a few data traffics coming in and out. So for consistent result and also for a much robustness, we recommend to connect just one LACE, 1 P800 Plus. Next.
Thank you. Our next question. Is the driver supported with Empower FR5?
Yes, the driver is compatible with feature release 5. We have fully validated also on feature release 4. During evaluations, our customers have used this Empower driver version 1.3 on feature release 2 and 3 as well. So it is compatible for some of the newer releases. We are planning to fully test again using the feature release 5 in the next few weeks.
Handy, does the method conversion tool take existing 32 karat methods and transfer them to Empower?
No, it does not. The method conversion tools only migrate existing methods from the version 1.2 to 1.3. If you're currently running 32 karat, we do have a step-by-step guide in the user guide to create a method, or you can utilize our method templates as a starting material, as a starting point, so that you can get it up and running quickly.
Will the same error codes be used in 32 karat be used in version 1.3 and available in the message center?
Yes. So what we have done is in this new driver version, the driver is capable of looking at the instrument error message itself. In the previous version, error message is only depicted as instrument error, so there was not much description. We have now fully expanded, so it should be very similar to that of the 32 karat.
Handy, for vast glycans, do you have the macros to identify glycan's GU value?
Currently, we do not. So the GU value calculations will still need to be done manually, but we do have the fast glycan method on the Empower. We will be looking at the GU software in the future, and perhaps we can incorporate or integrate the data coming off from the Empower for the fast glycan GU value calculation.
Thank you. Will 32 karat still be required for the field technicians to qualify the instrument or to do troubleshooting?
And that's a good question. For the Empower operation qualifications, we will be integrating the Empower. The 32 karat will still be needed. Our service engineer will be equipped with a service tool, and they will carry the 32 karat on their laptop. And this service tool has been calibrated. Other reason is we still do need the 32 karat for calibrating some of the components in the PA800 Plus.
Thank you, Handy. And we do have time for some more questions, but I want to let our audience know that any questions we are unable to answer live today, and additionally, those that come in during the on-demand period, they will be addressed via the email address you provided at the time of registration. Okay, let's keep going. What driver does the PA800 Plus, what driver is the I'm so sorry, I'm having to reword a couple of these. What driver does the PA800 Plus require for Empower FR5?
Okay, let me see if I can understand this question. What driver does the PA800 Plus require? You will need several drivers. So you will need the National Instrument GPIB driver, which comes with the newer release of version 1.3. So that established connection to the lace box, and then also the version 1.3 Empower driver itself that allows to communicate to the Empower software CDS.
Handy, for the velocity calculated area, will Empower calculate the TCA to give the same value as 32 karat?
That's another good question. In the velocity calculate area, it should give similar value. It will not be exactly the same, but it should be very similar to that of the 32 karat.
And are you still able to manually export data from 32 karat if a communication issue were to occur?
The 32 karat data we will no longer be using 32 karat in this new 1.3. So everything will be controlled directly from the Empower CDS. So you will not need to use 32 karat anymore.
Very good. Have the custom fields been written or validated to calculate STD curve and MW?
Yes, we have created the custom fields for the standard curve and also the estimated molecular weight for both molecular weight and also for the PI value. It is being validated as we speak currently.
And Handy, this question has come in a few times. Will the qualification of the Empower driver be performed by the Sciex engineer?
Yes, the Empower driver qualification will be performed by our certified Sciex engineer. This engineer will be fully trained on executing the Empower OQ3, and they'll also be certified and licensed to perform the Empower OQ3.
Thank you, Handy, for this excellent Q&A session. I do want to thank our audience for joining us today and for their interesting questions. Again, as a reminder, those questions we were unable to answer live today and those submitted during the on-demand period, they will be addressed via the email address you provided at the time of registration. I would like to thank Handy Yowanto for his time today, and I'd also like to thank LabRoots and our sponsor, Sciex, for underwriting today's educational webcast. This webcast can be viewed on demand, and LabRoots will alert you via email when it's available for replay. We encourage you to share that email with your colleagues who may have missed today's live event. That's all for now. We hope to see you again soon, and have a great day.